Yeah, good morning. Welcome to this session on using Algomojo platform for automation of your strategies, which could be running on various platforms. Hope my voice is clear. This session is getting recorded in case if you'd like to attend them, listen to the same later. It will be made available. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. We'll start with a small presentation, and then we'll get into the actual platform usage. How do we use the platform for automation purpose? Yeah, in case if you have any specific things to be seen during the automation or during the process, kindly let me know. Use the Q&A box to type out your requirements or messages. I will try and answer them as we go along. Thank you so much. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team. We'll start with the introduction to Algomojo platform and its features. What are the features available in the platform? Then we'll move into see how we can do automation of strategies using TradingView. In case if anybody is interested in looking at Amibroker automation, we could look at that also. In TradingView or Amibroker, please let me know if you have any specific indicator or strategy available. You want me to use that and show that for show the process of automation. I'll use them and try and show it to you. We will have a Q&A session at the end. However, in case you have any queries, please don't hesitate. Raise them immediately. I'll try and answer them. This is our website, algomojo.com. It's a web-based platform. We don't have any mobile app as of now. It's only a browser-based application which is available. It's an execution platform, mainly. We act as a bridge between your charting tool and your broker terminals. It is designed for traders to automate their strategies, which generate buy and sell signals in any of these charting tools, such as which could be TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, charting, NinjaTrader, Google Sheet, and Chrome extension. I would still say that even in Excel also, I would still say that there's a manual intervention required. It is not completely automated. However, TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, and charting are completely be automated. So any strategies running on these 4 platforms can be completely automated to place orders in the broker terminal. All you need to do is all you need to have is a good strategy which you have backtested, and you would like to take trades based on the signals generated by these charting tools. We do not per se provide strategies. We are mainly an execution provider. Saying that again, we pick up the signals from your charting tool and place those signal orders in the broker terminal in your account. We don't provide strategies as such. We don't sell any strategies. However, there are some popular strategies which are available. They are listed in our website. In case if you'd like to use them, kindly test them out, and then if you feel that they meet your requirements, you could deploy them and use them for trading or investment purposes. We provide common API connectivity to multiple brokers. Close to 27, 28 brokers have been integrated for API execution. We provide the necessary execution modules, sample codes which are required for usage in the various platforms. We are trying to make algo trading experience as simple as possible and as user-friendly as possible. As a user, you need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge. We are trying to keep it as simple as a process to automate your signals. All you have to do is copy-paste certain codes which are made available from our website into your charting tool. That's it. Necessarily 1 or 2 copy paste to be done. Otherwise, the system will take care of the rest of the processes. Some of the key features of Algomojo. You have the flexibility to choose what you want to trade, whether you want to trade in say equities, or you want to trade in futures, you want to trade in future options. It is left to your discretion. You can choose whatever instrument that you would like to trade, whatever quantity you want to trade, whatever expiry you have to trade. So all these can be customized. These are things which are to be set up in the beginning in the Algomojo platform. And once you decide on the common parameters that are required for trading, we then get into the automation process to pick up signals from the charting tools and executing them in your platform, broker platform. You can trade in static options or even dynamic options. Like when we say static option is if there are, we have found users who would like to trade a specific strike price for the day, either in indices or in stocks or whatever instrument they are trading. Or there are traders, investors who would like to look at, pick up the strikes dynamically based on the spot price at the time of signal generation and order placement. So we will look at what is the spot price when the signal comes in. And in case if you have selected ATM or OTM or ITM, we will execute the orders as per your selections. Now, in terms of ATM and ITM, OTM and ITM, you have flexibility to choose up to 20 strikes in the money or 20 strikes out of the money. And you have again the flexibility to choose the weekly options or even monthly options as such. The platform is suitable for not only buying. You can write options also, sell options. You can hedge your positions by either selling or even buying options as such. These are the facilities which are made available for users in our platform. In case if your quantity that you're trading is more than the freeze limit set by the exchanges, we will take care of the order splitting. You need not have to place multiple orders. We will do that for you. In terms of risk management, we have target and stop loss. Currently, these are you can set the target or stop loss either in terms of points or percentage. And you can set one target and one stop loss as of now. However, they can be edited as you go along. Trailing on multiple target setting currently is not possible. Only fixed target and fixed stop loss is available. Trailing is not yet available. It is under development. As soon as we launch those features, it will be made available to all the users. You can also set the start and end times, and there's a flexibility to choose when you want to square off the daily positions or the MI's positions, or when you want to roll over the positions on the expiry day. You need not have to wait till the end of the market. You can do it early in the morning or during the course of the trading hours. Based on the time that you have selected, a system will do the expiry executions or even rollovers as such. Some more features. Rollovers is a functionality that is available. So all you have to do is define the parameters that you want to trade and define the time at when you want to do the rollover. The system will do the execution as per your requirement. In case if you already have a portion of the current month, for example, it will close the current month portion and take the next month's portion. It can be in futures or it can be even in options. For all users, paper trade and live trade are made available. Paper trade is limited to 3 strategies. So you can run or you can test 3 strategies at a time. Once you're comfortable and once you know that, okay, the orders are getting placed as per your requirement, then you can shift over to live trade. Our serious suggestion is that always start with the paper trade. Run a couple of cycles or a couple of days also and check if all the orders are getting executed as per your strategy requirements. And once you're comfortable saying that, okay, orders are going as per your requirement for each and every signal that is sent from your charting tool, then you can shift over to live trade. Don't get into live trade immediately because it could work out a bit. You might end up with wrong trades and end up losing money. We don't want you to do that. We would want you to test the strategy properly. There are certain parameters which require a bit of fine tuning based on the strategies that you're running in terms of rules, in terms of quantity, in terms of time, all that. And once that all the parameters are set and the orders are getting executed as per the requirement, then you can shift to that. Paper trade is free of cost. It has all the functionalities of like a live trade itself, except that the order is placed in our platform and not in the, it is not sent to the exchange. There are certain rules which are set. This is in Algomojo platform itself, uh, which is very, very important in terms of understanding, because in case if a wrong rule is used, then the orders may not go as per your strategy requirements that you run on your charting tool. So be careful in terms of choosing the correct rule. We will get into each of these rules when we look at some of the charts for automation. Basically, there are four types of rules. One is long only, other one is short only, the other one is long plus short, and fourth one will be stop and reversal. Long plus short, there is a variation. For TradingView, normally it gives a buy sell signal. For TradingView users, there's a long plus short rule. And for Amibroker users, which provides buy, sell, short, and cover, there's another rule. So totally it makes 5 rules. We are confident that any of these 5 rules will meet the strategy requirements, which almost all the traders or investors use for placement of orders in their broking account. And also it will meet the kind of strategies which most of you would be using in any of these charting tools. For option traders who would like to say trade in various option strategies like your iron condors or butterflies or strangles and straddles, you have the flexibility to create each and every leg separately and then group them together and place an order based on a single signal. Suppose you have say there are 3-4 legs in a option strategy. Based on one signal, all the 3-4 legs which are there in the option strategy will get executed in one shot as such. And in case of closure or reversal, it will work in a similar fashion based on a single signal. So you have the flexibility to choose and customize each leg of the option strategy. So any questions so far? Kindly use the Q&A box to type out your questions. And you can set Telegram notifications to be received as and when the signals are generated and sent to Algomojo from your charting tool. It's a very, very simple process. We will look at how to do that as we go along when we get into the platforms. Now, there are users who, especially we have seen people who use charting or Amibroker where they scan hundreds of symbols and maybe they would like to place orders in trading symbols which meet certain criteria, which may not be the entire gamut of the stocks watch list. It could be few of that watch list. So you have the flexibility to create a watch list and upload them as and when you require, modify them, update them, keep changing them. It's just an upload that you need to do we have given the facility to upload a CSV file from in a platform. So make the changes and upload them anytime, any number of times. There's no limitation. Kindly use them in case if you are using charting or Amibroker for exploration kind of requirements. Paper trade is free of cost. There's no additional cost involved. So it is available for all users. Again, paper trade, I would say that use that to check the process of how the orders are getting placed. Is it meeting the requirement as per your strategies that you're running? Use that to test the process. It is not recommended that you use that as a back testing or a forward testing tool because any back testing or forward testing would require that you run the system and test it out for multiple months. And we have seen people who use 5-10 years of data and do forward testing for 1-2 years kind of thing also. It is not that kind of a model. It is a facility which is provided to check if the signals are getting placed as per your requirement. To check that process out, instead of doing it in a live market, you can do it using paper traders. You get the facility to download all the signals that are generated in a day, or all the orders which were punched in, or all the positions which were taken in flows. You can download at the end of the day. However, historical download is not yet available. As a facility, it is getting built, so you will be able to pull out the past history for 1 or 2 months time. But it is still under development. Once it is deployed, you will have that facility to download the positions or the signals that were generated and executed for your analysis purpose. You can trade in equity. It could be in cash markets for intraday or delivery purpose. You can trade in futures and options. Till very recent, we used the futures were available for trading in indices and even in stocks and in commodities segment. However, we have recently launched options trading also for stocks and commodities. So it is available for all users who would like to trade in options for stocks and commodities also. So options can be dynamic or even static. You can choose a specific strike price to be traded for that day, or in case you would like to select the strike prices dynamically, you can do that also in all these segments. Nifty or bank indices, it could be Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, or stocks of commodities, futures and options. All that is possible. This is the recent addition in our platform, ability to facility to trade in stock options. You can trade in stock options. It can be static or it can be dynamic also. And similarly, in commodities, it can be static options or dynamic options. You can choose ATM, OTM, or ITM. Up to 20 strikes is possible for you to customize and take trades. Currently, market orders are getting placed for stock and commodities option. Now, there are brokers who do not support market orders for stock or commodities, but however, they do offer us a facility to send the orders as a limit order. Limit market orders. So that is what we have deployed in our platform. So at the time of signal, we send the order as a limit market order, which is acceptable to most of the brokers and by the exchange also. So there's no limit order placement as of now available for the users, which is another facility under development. So once it's ready, you will have a flexibility to place orders, limit orders also. You can set the price for trigger and execution as such. Any queries so far? We have integrated with almost 27, 28 brokers. Most of the large brokers are integrated with our for API executions, including people like Zerodha to Upstock to Asta, Sharekhan. All the major brokering houses have been integrated. We keep adding new brokers as we go along. Every month, we keep adding brokers. The list is growing. In case if anybody has got a specific requirement, do let us know. We will try and include those brokers and make it available for API order placements. There's a query. Monthly charges, is it fixed for any number of strategies or brokers for live trade? We don't. We will get into the pricing details. We have a fixed subscription charge. There's no limitation in terms of the number of live trades that you can place. Some brokers have that kind of limitation. They don't allow beyond certain uh, number of trades in a day. However, we have not put any restriction for live trades. It's only for the paper trade that it is limited up to 3 strategies. However, live trades can be any number and any number of strategies. There's no limitation. There's no upper cap put by us. Yeah, for API, we have a special offer in case if you open an account with any of these 4 brokers. Sorry, we have added done also. If you open an account with any of these 5 brokers, including done, you will get the Algomojo API free of cost. You need not have to subscribe for the API with these 5 brokers: Alliance Blue, First Off, Fires, Dun, and Zebu. We used to have a similar kind of arrangement with almost all the other brokers. However, past couple of months back, most brokers have withdrawn that facility, so we are not able to extend for all the brokers the free API as such. For these 5 brokers, in case if you'd like to use them, please use our website to open the account and avail the free API facility that is provided by us. We have an arrangement with these 5 brokers for that is the reason we are able to extend APIs free for the users. Now, when it comes to automation, it needs to be done in 2 steps. The first step is what needs to be configured in Algomojo as such, wherein we look at what are the parameters that need to be set and how do we do that. And once you decide on the trading symbol, expiry, quantity, all those parameters, minimum information that is required for you to trade, you enable the paper trade or live trade, and then get into the actual automation process, either in TradingView, charting, or Amibroker, which would involve copy pasting of few codes, which is again provided by us. You need not have to have again any knowledge about coding. You need not have to open any codes in any of these platforms, either in TradingView or Amibroker or charting or any of these places. All you have to do is copy paste the codes that we give into certain places, which will help you to automate the signals which get generated from these charting tools. So we have tried to keep it as simple as possible as a process, so that anybody can automate the trades that they want to use as such for placing orders. Yeah. So yeah, the rules of as I was mentioning, there are 4 rules basically divided into 5 parts. One is long only, and the other one is short only. Long plus short is the other one. Third one. Fourth is long plus short, which gives buy sell short cover mainly for Amibroker users. For TradingView users, either the long only, short only, or long plus short can be used. And the 5th one is the stop and reversal module. All these rules are which rule to use is dependent on the kind of strategy that you're running in your charting tool as such. So it's important to relate the rule to the strategy that you run. We will, when we look at the chart automation, we will go through these rules again and see how do we select the relevant rule as such. Yeah, before we get into that, before we get into the actual TradingView integration, let's look at Algomojo website and see what are the features that are available there. Any queries so far? Please use the Q&A box to type out your queries. The Algomojo, this is our website. Like as I was mentioning, if you open an account with 5 brokers, any of the 5 brokers, which are Alliance Blue, Dun, First Stock, or Fires, or Zebu, you get APIs free of cost. Kindly avail this facility by going to Algomojo and opening the account from here, so that we can track that you have opened the account using Algomojo as a referral, and we will be able to extend the free APIs for you. Yes. So once you have, or if you already have an account with any of the brokers with whom we have done the API integration, all you have to do is come to algomojo.com and go into login page and select the broker with that you would have from the drop down, and start using our platform as such. For today's demo, I'll be using Pagini as an account. Yeah. For logging in to this, you will need to use the same credentials which the broker would have given you to log into their pages. Like it is typically your client ID and your password and the TOTP facility. It is the same credentials that you need to use. You need not have to have any different credentials for logging in into Algomojo. It is the same details. So let me log into my account and TradeGenie. Yeah, once you log in, the user interface is the same for all the brokers, irrespective of whichever broker you would be using. The application would look, the look and feel is the same. You did by default, this is the opening page where you get a summary of the funds and the holdings and the position, those kind of details. You have a facility to create your own watch list. Up to 5 watch lists can be added for your usage. And you can place orders manually from here itself. For example, if you want to place an order in Reliance or any of these stocks, all you have to do is add it to the watch list and do a buy. The order will be placed into the account. The advantage being that you need not have to have multiple systems or platforms open. You can Algomojo will be can be one-stop shop for you for placement of all orders, either manual or automatically, except for adding and withdrawing of funds, which you will need to log into your broker directly. All the other functions can be done from Algomojo itself, right? So this is the default page. What do we get after you log in? So on the right side top, you get the dashboard and the orders and trades and portions, and also a summary of the holdings that you would have. This would be typically similar to what your broker terminal would provide. Yeah. The dashboard gives you these details in terms of funds and holdings. Orders will give you details about whatever the orders that are placed during the day, whatever trades are taken during the day, those summary would be provided, and whatever positions are open and closed, that will be indicated in the positions book, and holdings gives you a summary of all the holdings that you would have. Right. So this is, you can use this platform for all your trading and investment purpose. So you may not have to have refer to say Algomojo and your broker account and mobile app. You need not have to look into multiple stuff. One platform will be able to will be in a position to cater to all your requirements. So once you log in here, the most important requirement would be to get the APIs. Yeah, we will get into the stock versatile kind of details when we are doing the integration part. I will take. After you log in, on the left side, you will see multiple tabs. The first tab is My API, which gives you the details of Algomojo provided API key and API secret. It also tells you when will it expire and what is the validity of the Algomojo provided APIs as such. Now, in case if you have taken a free trial or you want to do a subscription, kindly use this tab, go to Renew API, and you have 3 plans which are provided: monthly, half yearly, and yearly. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees per month for you. I'm sure for the kind of value that we bring in, it's a very, very nominal subscription fees. For all users, you get a trial for 7 days. Kindly make use of this trial, which is provided, just to check if this platform is meeting your requirement. We don't want you to take a subscription and then realize that, okay, this platform is not able to meet your requirement in terms of whatever your strategy that you're running. Then your subscription should not go for a waste. So please make use of this 7-day trial and check out all the parameters, all the functionalities, and see if it is meeting your requirement. Only once you're convinced that yes, this platform is able to meet all your requirements, then going for subscription method. All the functionalities are provided during the trial period also. Not that it is limited to few functionalities. All functionalities are available during the 7-day trial period, right? So once you have the APIs, once you get these APIs after taking the trial period, we will need to get into the first step is to configure what is that you want to trade in Algomojo itself. Now that can be done by going to a tab called My Strategies. When you click on this My Strategies, it will open up a page where if you are doing it for the first time, it will ask you to create a new strategy. This is nothing but we are telling Algomojo platform what is that you want to trade. For example, if I want to trade in, say, Nifty futures, how do I do that? So let's look at how do we do that setup for Nifty futures trading. See, in case if you have already taken a yearly subscription for Angel One or Algomojo, normally each broker would allow one trading account per user as such. In Angel itself, you can't have another account. Maybe if you want to say shift over from Angel to another account, then we can transfer the subscription, which is there in Angel, to a new broker. That's possible. All you have to do is get in touch with our support team. They will help you to transfer to whichever broker you would like to take it to. That's possible. However, if you have multiple accounts in which you want to place an order with the same broker, for each of the users, you will need to have a separate subscription. Right. Now, coming back to this, we will need to define what is that you want to trade. Let us look at the first example of as to how do we trade in Nifty futures, for example. I'll give a name, say, a name can be anything. It is left to your discretion, but try and keep it as relevant to what you're trading. So that by the name itself, you'll be able to make out what is the strategy about. When you have multiple such kind of strategies, you need not have to get into looking at each of the strategies to understand what is that you configured. Try and keep the name as relevant to the symbol or the strategy that you're running. So let me try and keep it as demo Nifty futures. The first important step is the rule. There are, for each of the rule, the details of what it does is given in the pop-up which comes in. So for the first example, let me try and take the stop and reversal. I'll tell you each of these rules when we look at a chart and say trading view, and explain all the other rules, how and when it will be relevant. So this is the most important stuff. If you make a wrong rule selection here, the trades may not happen as per your requirement. Then you will need to come back and then do a modification in the rule that you have used. Let us look at a couple of examples to understand this better. So let me start with the stop and reversal. I'm sure many of you would have used or come across a strategy called super trend. Super trend is very, very common in the market. A lot of people deploy it and use it. Super trend is always in the trade. Either it is long or short. So when it is in a long position, we are supposed to take a buy, either in a long position in a future or a call. Then when the sell comes, we are supposed to close that and take a reverse position, either in futures or close the CE and take a PE kind of situation. So for most of the strategies would resemble in terms of rule deployment the super trend kind of thing. Now there are, however, certain strategies which may not be same as super trend. We will try and understand in the chart. So once the rule is selected, we need to tell what is the segment that you would like to trade in. So segments that are available currently are equities, futures, and options, and dynamic symbols of options. Okay, I will select futures for Nifty. Since we are trying to configure Nifty, trading symbol can be selected from the dropdown. Just type in the first few letters of the symbol. Say, for example, Nifty. When I say Nifty, it will give I'll select the January contract from the dropdown. Then order type, whether it is intraday or normal. Normal is your carry forward or delivery kind of requirement. So for intraday, use the MIS, and normal for carry forward. Then price type is standard. As of now, it's only market. Limit order is not yet configured. Once that is available, you will have the facility to do the limit order placements also. So leave that with the default value of market. Then look at how many lots you want to trade. Say, for example, if it is one lot, it will show you what is the quantity. As per that, I'll make this 100, it will show you 2,500 quantity. Depending on the quantity and the freeze limit, the split also gets updated automatically. So you need not have to worry about splitting the orders into multiple things for placement. We will take care of that. And whether you want to do a rollover or not, that can be selected from here. I will start with, I'll say don't rollover. Then chart symbol, you can leave it blank. You do not have to update this field as such. And in case if you would like to set the target and stop loss, you can do it from here. Target can be done in terms of percentage or points. Say if you say points, you need to say how many points. Say if it is 100, then stop loss is again in terms of points or percentages. Say stop loss is say 30. So update these fields, and by default the start time is 9:15. In case you're a trader who would like to start off after the market volatility, morning volatility, say you would like to start after 11 o'clock kind of thing, or if you have a specific time in mind, you can do those changes here, and as per what you have set here, the orders will be placed for the signals generated between these times. Now start time by default is 9:15. End time, when we say, is the time which is set after which the signals will not be processed. For example, if you have set 11 o'clock as the end time, so any signal coming after 11 o'clock will be ignored by the system. Now, there are certain traders, brokers who have this requirement of setting the end time, for which the facility is available. Otherwise, leave it as default. So any signals coming throughout the day will be processed for you. Now, in case if you're an intraday trader, you can do the square of time. Instead of waiting till the end of the market, you can, if you'd like to say close it by 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, you can set that. Expiry also, instead of waiting till the you can do it say at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Depending on your requirement, you can set the square of times also. These are not mandatory, but there are certain defaults which are built in. So in case you would like to go with the defaults, leave them blank. You need not have to update any of these things, any other stuff. So these are the basic things that needs to be updated. And once you do that, we do a submission of this. So we'll look at. So once these parameters are set, do a submission. If there is no error, it will get saved, and there's a code generated, details like whether it is, when was it created, those kind of details are provided. Also, it will give you certain codes at the bottom. One is the webhook URL, which is important to be used both in all the charting platforms like TradingView or Amibroker or charting, any of these places. Webhook URL is a requirement. So that gets generated for the specific strategy that we have created. Now, for each strategy that we create in Algomojo, it is specific to that. Now, if you'd like to see that, you can look at the entire code as such. If you don't want to, if you want to hide that, you can do that also. And below that, there are certain codes which needs to be used in TradingView that also is generated by Algomojo and provided for you. All you have to do is copy these and paste it in TradingView. Now, this is the first step of setting up in Algomojo as such. The second step is the configuration in the charting tool. for demo purpose, we will be using the trading view. So once you update these parameters of what you want to trade and save the strategy, what we call in Algomojo, you go back, the strategy that you have created will be listed. You could have multiple of them running. So there's no limitation in terms of live trades that you could, or the number of strategies that you can create. However, uh, paper trade is limited to 3, and live trade, there is no limitation as such. By default, these would be in inactive state. You will need to either enable it for live trade or paper trade manually as such every day. So once you log in every day, all your strategies by default would be in active status. Come back and come to this table of my strategies and enable them for live or paper trade. Otherwise, the signals that are received will be ignored or will be missed out, will not be used for execution of orders. So once you have defined what is that you want to trade, you can enable the paper trade and check it once manually by generating the signals from here. So you can place an order manually from here itself. Now you can do a buy or a sell or a short or a cover from here itself. This is for testing. I would always recommend that use this to place order manually as a first step to check whether it is going correctly or not. So if when you say buy, it will show you that, okay, a buy signal has been generated, and you can look at the signals that are generated and the orders placed under this section called My Signals. If you go to this tab called My Signals, it will show you signals, orders, positions, holdings, all this various tabs are provided. The first tab is the signals tab. It will show you that a buy action has been done and the order has been placed manually. It will give you the details of IP from where it has been placed. If it is, say, from the cloud, it will be a different IP. If it's from your laptop, it will be a different IP. So you can make out from where the order is getting placed as such. And to look at the order placed, go to the orders tab. Since we had selected 2,500 quantity, the system has split the orders and placed 2 orders. For one for 1,800, the other one for 700. And the position can be seen from here. So we had selected Nifty futures and the quantity was 2,500 and the average price at which it was executed is this. So you get the summary. In a live market, you will be able to see the M2M and P&L also. The price will keep getting updated as during the live markets as such. This will help you to look at the profit or loss during the day from here itself. Now you can, in case you want to close any orders, always, of course, this is a paper trade. If it is a live trade also, we would recommend, it is mandatory that you do any changes to the positions only from the Algomojo website. Now, if you would like to say, for example, you earned enough profit for the day and you would like to close the position, in case if you go and close that position in, say, your mobile app or a broker terminal, our system will not be updated saying that, okay, you have closed this position manually. So when the next signal comes, this will still have this long position taken. So there'll be a confusion because you already closed the position. So don't do that. It is recommended that you do any of the order placements or exiting the positions only from here. Now, say if you want to close this position, come here and say square off. So do it from here, so that if it was a live trade, the order would have gone to a broker and the position would have got squared off. So once the position is squared off, the quantity becomes 0 here. As you can see, there's 0 here. And when the new order comes, our system will know that there's no open position and it will take the correct position as per the signal received. Whether if it is a long, it will take a long position. If it is short, it will take a short position. So that is how it operates. So always use Algomojo platform for any execution, entry and exit also. Not, of course, paper trade you can see only here. However, live trade can be seen here and also in your broker terminal or in your mobile app. So don't ever make that mistake of closing it in the broker terminal and not updating in Algomojo. If that happens, the orders will go for a toss and the correct positions will not be taken. Now, for example, if you already taken, so let me give you one more example here. Let's say that we have created this position and you bought this Nifty and the position is open. However, you are gone and close the position in using your mobile app. How do we tell Algomojo system that this position has got closed? So there's a method of doing it. You come here to the position book and say, hover on this three dots. It will give you an option to adjust. So if you already closed the position, make this 0. So that our system is updated saying that, okay, there's no open position. So when the new signal comes in, there'll be no error in the placement of the new order. Right. Otherwise, what happens is if this is 2,500 and a new cell comes, what will happen is it will close the long position, and instead of taking this short position, it would have got stopped. So, but your expectation was that it should have taken a short position. So all those mismatches will happen. So be careful. Always use Algomojo for entry and exit. In case if you're exited elsewhere, come back here and do the adjustment into whatever quantity. Say if it was 2,500 and you have say close say half the quantity, you come back here and update the system saying that okay, only this much quantity is open, so that we will know what needs to be done when the new signal comes. Hope that is clear. It's important that the portions are maintained in Algomojo in synchronization with what is running in the live trade in your broker account. If there's a mismatch, it will lead to wrong order placements. So always ensure that this position book and your broker position book are in sync as such. If this is 0, that also has to be 0. Or if there's 2,500 quantity you've taken manually and you want to update it into the system and go forward, let the automation take care of that. You come back here and say, make this 2,500 or whatever quantity that you have taken and submit. So the 2,500 quantity will come back. That is how this will work for you. So use the adjust button to, in case if you're making any trades manually and you would like to update the system, do it using the adjust button as such. Yes. Let me close this portion here and then look at how do we get into automation using TradingView. Now, we'll try and see how we do it for, say, super trend and RSI based, any indicator. If you have any specific indicator, let me know. Let me try and show how do we do the configuration for that specific indicator that you would have in mind. Even it can be a strategy also. If it's freely available, we will try and see how we do the configuration of that. Let me know in the Q&A box. I'll use them. Otherwise, we can try and do it using these strategy and indicators. Then price based, which is trend line or level based, resistance or support based kind of levels, how to place orders from there. We'll try and see how we do that. Now, when you are using a strategy, what are the steps to be followed for automation and trading? Let's look at that. As you're aware, if you are using TradingView, you need to create an alert in TradingView. So that whenever there's a buy or a sell signal, those alerts will trigger the buy-sell signals and send it to Algomojo. So the important thing, the steps that needs to be followed are that first you select what is the symbol that you want to trade, whether it is Nifty, it is Reliance or natural gas, whatever is the trading symbol that you want to trade, select that symbol, then select the time frame, because alert creation is dependent on the time frame. If you do a mismatch in the time frame, then the orders may suppose you have created an alert for 1 minute and you're looking at a 5-minute kind of time frame chart, then the order would have got triggered in 1 minute, but it will not be showing in the 5-minute chart. So those kind of things could happen. So be clear what is the time frame that you want to use. The next step is to load the strategy. Whatever strategy you have, it could be super trend, it could be half trend, anything that you have. But the strategy should be able to give the buy-sell signals. So those are called strategies. The rest of them are all called indicators or price-based actions that needs to be done. So ensure that your strategy that you're running gives buy or sell signals as such. Then when you load the strategy, you against the strategy name, you will see these 3 dots. When you click on that, it will open up a pop-up like this, which needs to be updated with a couple of things. One is the name. Name can be anything that you have in mind. Give a name. to that. And the message box has to be updated with certain details, which will be given by Algomojo, right? And the other one is the notification, where you will have these two tabs, settings and notification. And in the notification, we will need to update the webhook URL. Most important part, for automation purpose, you will need a subscription for TradingView. Without the subscription, the webhook URL facility will not be made available in TradingView. However, we need the webhook URL for placement of orders. So you will need to have the subscription for TradingView, and we can try and automate it. If you have a strategy and subscription in TradingView, the orders can be placed from there automatically. So you update the message box and update the webhook URL, and you are ready for receiving the signals, right? So let us look at how do we do that in TradingView in a live example now. So any questions so far? Right. In case if you have any questions, do ask in the Q&A box. So for demo purpose, let's try and use the symbol of Bitcoin. Bitcoin markets are open now. So let's try and see how we do Bitcoin. It's not available. So first is the symbol to be used. Next is the time frame. So next, whether your strategy is that you want to run should be in 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever is the time frame that is relevant for your strategy. Kindly select that. For demo purpose, I will use the 1 minute time frame, so that we'll try and get some live signals, which will help us to see actual execution of orders in paper trade mode. Okay. So once the trading symbol and the time frame are set, you'll need to load a strategy. I've got the strategy called Super Trend loaded. So this is Super Trend strategy. So as you can see, Super Trend is a strategy which is always in trade. It trails the it's a trailing stop loss kind of, or a trailing kind of price trailing kind of strategy, very popular with many of the users, traders, and investors, both. A lot of people use them. So it is always in trade, either long or short. So there's no area where it is not in position. Now, you could have strategies which would not be like this. For example, it will take a buy and say, for example, it will exit somewhere here, either because of a stop loss or some other rule that is there in the strategy that you're running. And after, for some time, there could be no trade, and it might give another buy here and then again close the buy here. And so that is pretty different from what we are looking at in the super trend. So for a super trend kind of strategy, the rule that we need to define is the stop and reverse, because it is either long or short. So when we say stop and reverse, what happens is it would have taken a long position here, and when the sell comes, it will stop the long position and take the reverse position of short. So if you have taken a long future, it will close the long and take a short future. Or if you have taken a CE, it will close the CE and take a PE here. And similarly here, it will close this PE and take a CE. So that is how the stop and reversal will work. So it is important to understand the signals from your chart itself, whether it is always in trade or whether it is intermittently giving signals. So that during that kind of situations, you will need to use the rule called long plus short. Let me try and show that. Yeah. In our strategies, let me switch it off. So if you go use the edit button, you'll be able to make changes. So you have the stop and reversal more relevant for super trend kind of strategies. Now, for strategies which would involve, say, intermittent signals, like it takes an entry and exit and it will wait for some time. there'll be no signals. And again, there's a new signal generated, and again, that signal will run for some time, and it will get closed and wait for a new parameter or new for a new signal as such. So for those kind of strategies, the long plus short is the rule that needs to be used. So what happens when you use a long plus short as, for example, here, it will take a long entry here, and when a sell comes, it will close the long position and not take any new position. Whereas a stop and reversal will take a reverse position. So if the strategy involves that you take an entry and exit here and wait, then use the buy plus short or the long plus short kind of rule here. Long plus short, buy sell. Buy sell short cover is more for Amibroker users, and for TradingView users, it is long plus short. And now, in case if you're a trader, for example, you would like to take only long signals. Okay, then use the long only as the rule. Yeah, long only as the rule. Yeah, you feel that okay, markets going forward will be trending upwards, and you would not like to short the market. You would like to take only the long and exit when the sell comes and not take any short positions. Then use long only as the rule. So what it will do is it will take a long position here and close it here and wait for the new buy to come. It will not take the short position at all. So when this new buy comes, it will again take a long position and not take the short position when the reversal comes. So the reverse of that is suppose you're a trader who would like to take only short positions and not take any buy positions or long positions, then use short only as the rule. So as you can see here, you have something called a short only rule. So what it does is it'll process only the short signals. So it'll take a short here and then close it here. And again, it will take a short and then close whenever the buy signal comes. So if you want to trade only short signals, use short only. In case if you want to trade only long, then use long only. In case if you would like to trade both long and short, then use the long plus short. And in case your strategy is always in trade, then use stop and reversal. Hope that is clear, because the rule selection is very, very important. In case if you make a mismatch in the rule selection and the strategy, the way it is working, there'll be the orders will not go as per your requirement. So it is more to do with the rule selection and not anything to do with your strategy or the platform as such. So get a clear understanding of how the strategy works and what is the rule to be deployed. In case if you have any confusion, you can always contact us online. We are available for any kind of support, live support throughout the day on all working days from 9 to 5. We are open. Our teams are there to assist you, come online and look at your strategy and recommend what is the kind of rule to be used. So once you try out a couple of strategies, then you will become familiar. It's not very complicated, pretty simple to understand and then deploy. So that's it. So using the rule, based on the strategy, use the correct rule. Now, say after you load the strategy, we'll need to create example, create an alert for processing these orders. So how do we do that? So go to the strategies name. As you can see here, this 3 dots will give you this option to add alert. So to create an alert, so I'll give a name called futures Nifty. It can be any name. And the message to be whatever is inside the box by default, remove that, Control A and delete it. Go to Algomojo. Yeah, let me choose this. For strategies which are giving buy and sell signal, this is the code to be copied and pasted in TradingView. So copy this code here, go to TradingView and paste it here. Then go to notification. The webhook URL again is provided here. Copy this and come to TradingView. And whatever is the default, remove that and then paste the updated webhook URL. That is all as the process needed to automate your strategy. So once you do that, say create, it will get saved here, and all your alerts will be shown. So this is what we just created. So now whenever a buy or a sell signal comes, the signal will be processed and the order will get placed. However, for the order to be placed, you have to enable the uh, paper trade or live trade, otherwise it will not get executed. Let me come back here and say enable paper trade. And as you can see here in the positions, there is no open position as such. Now, if you feel that, okay, you're seeing the chart and then it has taken a sell signal, you would like to take an entry into this, and after that leave it to the system to run on its own. So how do we do that? Instead of waiting for the new signal to come, you go to Algomojo, and since a short is running, we go here and generate a short signal. I'll say sell. So a short position is open and it is running. So super trend is in short, and I have taken the short position manually, but I have done it through the Algomojo system. So system knows that it is related to this strategy that has been created, and any new signal coming for this strategy, it will need to take into account this quantity which is open, right? So when a long comes, it has to close this short position and take a long position. So currently, yeah, short position is running. So it will continue, and when a new signal comes, the alert will be triggered and we will process that order. That is all as the process to automate this signal from a strategy in trading. Any questions, any queries on the process so far? You can use the Q&A box in case you have any queries. Yeah, somebody was asking about stop and reverse. This is how it works. Wait and trade is what we saw, that the strategy may not be in trade always. So then use the rule long plus short, buy and sell. So that is the rule to be used. And pyramiding is currently not possible. However, if your strategy itself is able to pyramid and generate multiple orders in the same direction, then we will be able to honor that. Yeah, and there are no other queries. So let's see what else. While we are waiting for the signal to happen here, we can look at some more examples. Now, how do we do a trade in, say, options? We'll create one more strategy. Yeah, go to Algomojo and go to my strategy section, and I'll say create a new strategy for trading in, say, Bank Nifty options. Say BN options. And since it is for, we will use a different approach here. We will try and use an indicator, right? Let me load that indicator. So here, if you go to indicators, if you have any specific indicator, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be using RSI. So it can be any indicator. Could be most of you are familiar with RSI, stochastic. It's an oscillator. So people would like to take an entry, long entry when the RSI is, say, coming up from below, and when it reaches the oversold kind of situation, you would like, and starts coming down, you would like to take a short entry or close the long entry and take the short entry. So let us see how do we use RSI as an indicator for trading in options. First, we'll create the strategy in Algomojo. So we come here and say, we'll use a rule called long plus short because it is not always in the trade. It can be in the trade also always. Yeah. Yeah, let me try and do that. So for example, stop and reversal. Then here we'll say dynamic options. I want the strikes to be selected dynamically. So here, let me say Bank Nifty. It can be anything. It could be stocks, futures, commodity, sorry, stocks or indices or commodities, any of them. So select Bank Nifty, and which is the expiry, whether it is current month or next month or 4 month, any of these. When you say select the expiry, it will show you the date also for which contract you have selected, and then the strike price, whether it is ATM or ITM or OTM. So by default, it is ATM. So you can choose anything. If you say ITM2, then you can select ITM2. And whether you want to buy or sell or hedge buy or hedge sell, you can select that also. Let's look at buying of an option. Then order type is again similar, normal or MIS. Let's go with normal. And price type is by default market, no changes there. So again, I will say 100 lots. So 1500 is the quantity, then it will split into two orders, 900, multiples of 900, and place the order. Rest of the things can be left blank, or if you want to have any target or stop loss, you can update those fields and say submit. So once you do the submission, if there are any errors, then it will show up saying that this field needs to be updated or not correct kind of stuff. Then kindly update those correctly. And for example, here. If there are no errors, it will create it and then give you the webhook URL. And for indicators, we need to use a different code. So that also is provided by our website. So the code can be buy or sell or short or cover. This is what we're going to use for generating signals using an indicator. So once you've created this, we go to trading view and say that, okay, if the RSI is coming above 35 from below, I want to take a long entry. And when it goes up and then starts coming down, I want to take a short entry, close the long entry and take a short entry. That is what is my requirement, is what I need to define. So the way to do automation in using any indicator is load the indicator and again go to this three dots. Yeah. And say add alert on RSI. The table which comes up is slightly different compared to what we saw earlier. So earlier we just had the message and the notification to be updated. However, in case of indicators or price-based actions, we have a couple of more fields to be updated. One is we need to say that, okay, if the RSI is going to cross up from below, I want an entry to be taken. So that I will say when it is crossing up, then I'll also say that, okay, once the bar closes after the crossing of that level, only then the entry has to be taken. Otherwise, what happens is it will go to 30 and come back again, go to 30 and come back. So it might keep hovering. I want to be sure that the RSI is moving above 30 level. Only then my entry has to happen. So that is the reason I am saying that it is crossing up and not say once per bar or once only. I'm not using any of those. So value, I will say it as 30. Okay. And here I'll give a name. So you have to update the condition. You have to update the trigger. When you want the trigger to be signal to be generated. So here I selected once the bar closes about that certain RSI level. So here is what I've chosen. So give a name, say BN options entry. So the content to be updated in the message box needs to be taken from here. As I was mentioning, for trading view, you have for indicators, there is a different message box, message content to be used. So since I want to buy, if the RSI is coming up, I'll use the buy code, copy from here and go back and paste it here. And in the webhook URL, in the notification, I need to update the webhook URL. So that again, let me try and delete whatever is there. Go to Algomojo, copy this. And paste it here. So that's it. So here, since the RSI is already started moving up, let me try and keep this at a level of say 50. If the bar closes about 50, then a long entry has to be taken. So once you define that, you will be able to see that level here. As you can see here, there's a dotted line with a right pointing arrow. That is the level that we have created. Now, if the RSI closes above this level of 50, it'll trigger a buy order. Right? So it is as simple as that. So it is not triggering right now because it will wait for the candle to close. If it closes above 50, then it will get triggered. Then the order will be executed. So as you can see here, the logs can be checked from here, the alerts, whatever you're getting can be seen from here, right? So we will wait for the close of that. Before that, we'll need to go ahead and activate this also. By default, it will be in inactive state. Let me activate the paper trade. Yeah. So while we are looking at it, the price also is coming to a reversal here in the super trend. So let us see. As you can see, since the RSI closed above 50 after the candle was closed, it has triggered an alert. So buy has come up. Let's look at if the order has been processed. Go back to Algomojo, go to My Signals, and under the signals, you can look at it from each strategy wise. What are the things which are signals are placed? For example, if I want to see only Bank Nifty options, so I can select that. If I want to see all of them, then I can check all of them. Yeah. So so I'm selecting Bank Nifty. So it gave a buy signal. It came from this IP. This is the TradingView Cloud IP. From there, they have sent it, and status is completed. As you can see, it has taken a CE order, placed 2 orders because quantity was 1,500, and the position is open. It's as simple as that. So quantity is running, 1,500 quantity is running. Any queries so far? Now, this is how you do it for indicator. It can be any indicator. All you have to do is in the trading view, you load your indicator and select the time frame, whether it is 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever you're trying to achieve, you're trying to trade. Then load your indicator and then go to this 3 dots and say add alert on that indicator. Now, for we have created an entry and we'll try and see how we can do an exit also. So all you have to do is create one more alert. The easiest way to do that is once you're created for an alert here, all you have to do is do a clone of that and make the changes in that. If you are going to use the same indicator and the same time frame, you just say clone. It will create an exact copy of what you did. Then you can go and edit. Instead of crossing up, we will say crossing down. And once for bar close, and if the value comes below, say, for example, 60, I want a short to be taken. And then here we say that, okay, we can say this is exit. And instead of buy, I'm saying sell. And save it. There are too many alerts. Let me try it. Yeah, as you can see, there are two uh, levels that are created, or two alerts that are created, one for entry and one for exit. And once you create them, you have the flexibility to move them up or down. So instead of 60, I'll make it 75 or 70. You can drag it from here itself, or you can go and update the value here also. As you can see here, initially we had kept it at 60. We can make this, say, 75 and save it. So these alert creations are one-time activity for each strategy. One is for exit and one for entry. So after that, you can keep changing the values. Now, if the reversal happens, the CE which is taken, that needs to be closed, and PE has to be taken. So that is what is our requirement for trading using an indicator. That's what we have said. So let us see if the reversal gets triggered as such, right? Any queries so far? This is how you set it up for using indicator. So almost all indicators will have this facility similar to what we just saw. For facility for adding alert. So you have to update the condition and the trigger, whether it is crossing up or crossing down, based on your study, entering the channel or exiting the channel. It depends on the study that you are using. Outside the channel, moving up, moving down, various parameters are defined, predefined in trading view. So you can use as per your study, as per your requirement. And when that condition gets met, it will trigger the order view. And again, trigger can be as soon as the level is touched, or if the bar closes below that level, then the trigger has to happen. So those kind of condition, the trigger method has to be defined, and create the alert. It will work. So while we are looking at it, the value is trying. We had set an exit value of 75. Yeah, if the candle closes below 75, we wanted a reversal to be done. Let's see if the exit has not come in yet. So the candle has to close below the RSI has to close below this level, and the candle also has to close. And then the reverse entry will be triggered. So it is alert creation is very simple. Message box content and the webhook URL needs to be copied and pasted in TradingView. Both the codes are given by Algomojo itself. So as you can see here now, the alert has been triggered. So let's look at what has happened to the order, what has happened to our position. If you go to signals, it will show you that sell has come. Then go to the orders, it will show you that the CE which was taken initially has been closed and the PE has been taken. So as you can see, CE has been closed and PE has been. Now PE is running. So once you create these levels, it will keep running for you. You can keep shifting when you want the entry to happen, when you want the exits to happen. You can keep shifting it after you create. It's a one-time creation of alerts in TradingView also. Once you've done that, it's there. You need not have to do any other thing. You need not have to touch any of this stuff. It will keep running for you. So now the PE is running. If the RSI goes below this level of, say, 32 and starts coming up, then it will close the PE and take the CES. So it can keep running for you. Any queries? Anything like you would like to understand in terms of alert creations? For indicator, it's a different method. You have to create one for entry and one for exit. And once you create them, it can stay, it will stay there and it can keep running for you. And similarly for strategies or for indicator, for strategies, it is one alert. For indicators, it is two alerts for entering and exiting. It can be short entry and short exit, or long entry and long exit, or long and short, depending on your study, your requirement. You can set the rules. So if you want always to be in trade, So when it goes above, say 70 and comes back, or 80 and comes back in RSI level, and then it goes below, say 25 or 30, 20, and then starts coming up. You want the short to be closed and long to be taken, and you want that to keep happening every time. It will keep running. It's a simple process of just copy pasting the message content and the webhook URL updation. That's it. The indicators or studies, they normally don't give buy and sell. Yeah, you're right. There are some indicators or some strategies which shows you on the chart buy and sell like this. However, when you go to the alert creation box, say for example here, when you over here and say add alert, if it is a strategy, it will give you only the message box to be updated. Then you use the code that we are given under strategies. If it is similar to what is like here for RSI when we use, if it gives you condition to be defined and trigger to be defined, even though it is a strategy, even though it is giving a buy sell signal, the pop-up might be like this. It is considered as an indicator and not as a strategy. So that is why you will need to update these fields. So you need to define when the what is the condition, whether it is crossing up, crossing down, moving up, moving down, entering the channel, leaving the channel, whatever is your study. So select that, and when do you want the trigger to happen? And you have to always create two alerts, one for entry and the other one is for exit. When it comes to indicator, then it will take the position exit and take the reverse position if you want it to be. Or if you just want the entry to be taken and entry to be closed, use the long plus short, it will work. So you can use any study which gives buy and sell. However, look at the method of creating an alert. So there are two types of alert, like what we saw. One is for the indicator, and even there are some strategies which they say showing, which will show on the screen buy, sell, short cover, all that. However, when you click on the alert creation box, it will show you something like this, where the condition and trigger also has to be updated. So from that you can make out that this is an indicator, and you will need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. If it is not giving all this, but it is just giving one simple box like what we saw here. If it is an indicate strategy, it will give you, ask you to update only this message box. You did not see that trigger and condition as such. So these are this is a different pop-up. For this, what is applicable is here under my strategies. If you go to view, view will show you what is there inside, but you'll not be able to edit. So use the code given under strategy. That is the only alert to be used. And if it is an indicator where both entry and exit has to be given, then use buy for entry, or it can be sell for entry and buy for exit, depending on what you're trading, how you're trading. So for you need to create two alerts, normally buy and for sell, use these codes. Simple. So if you're loading any studies on TradingView chart, you can make out from when you click on this alert creation box itself, you will be able to make out what is the study all about, whether it is an indicator or it is a strategy. So if it is strategy, only message box will be there, update that. If it is strategy, then you have to define the condition when the trigger has to happen, and accordingly create the entry message alert, one alert, and exit another alert. So normally the reverse, once you make an entry, the reverse of that would be the condition, and trigger will normally be the same, and the message content box If it is a buy, then you have to update it as sell. And if it is a sell, you have to update it as buy. That's it. So for indicators or price-based actions, for strategies which are giving you, asking you to update the trigger and the condition, then use two alerts, create two alerts, and then the signals will be sent to Algomojo, and we will be able to process them. As simple as that. Fine. The short portion which has been taken in super trend is still running. So we will wait and see when the trigger comes there. So one more interesting thing that a lot of people use is things like trend line, right? The method is the same. Draw a trend line. And for example, and you want to take an entry when the trend line is broken up. So if you want the price to, if you want to take a long entry when the price breaks out, for example, you're drawing a study there. It can be trend line, it can be any kind of drawing that you want, studies that you want to mark on the trading view. So draw that and do a right click on the study that you have done. It'll have a facility to add an alert, like this, say add alert on trend line. Again, the message content is the same. Like the pop-up box gives you the same conditions. Here we have to define what is the condition, when the trigger has to happen, and message to be updated. So here we are saying that if the price is crossing up from below the trend line, then I want a long entry to be taken. When the price closes above the trend line is what I'm trying to say. Here we say that, okay, give a name, say like long entry. And yeah, we'll go to say copy this and paste it here. That's it. And of course, if you are trying to do it for the same strategy, you need not have to update the webhook URL. So entry you're taken based on something, and exit can happen based on something. So all that can be done. So you can try out for entry, you take a based on RSI, and exit you take on a trend line or any other drawing that you create in TradingView. It works. So in this trend line, you can keep shifting it, make it more deeper like this. So similarly, something like if there's a breakdown of the trend line, I want a short entry to be taken, then that's also possible. So here you say that, okay, if the price breaks below this trend line, then I'll create one more alert saying that, okay, if the price crosses down from up the trend line, and if it closes below the trend line, I would like to take a PL short. And in the message box, instead of buy, I will give it as sell. That's it. So this is how you create for any drawing. I had other strategies running, so it is not allowing me to create more studies. Let me try and stop some of them. So whatever strategies that you create, it will be available here. So you can do it based on a strategy. You can do it based on a indicator. You can do it based on trend line or any drawing. It can be any kind of drawing. So all you have to do is make the markings on the trading view and go create an alert for entry or exit. When the conditions are met, it will take the positions, or it will trigger the signals, and the orders will be processed in Algomojo. As simple as. The other thing that we have normally seen is trend resistance and support. Say, for example, if the let me know. If you feel that, okay, you've taken say a long entry, and you feel that, okay, this is a resistance and you like to close the long position when the resistance level is met, all you have to do is identify that level, right click there and say add an alert. So here the condition is I'm going to say that if the price crosses up this level of 54,000, 1,04,509 once, my entry has to exit. So I will say resistance exit. And here again, I'll say instead of buy, I can say sell and say create. So as you can see here, this is the level that I've created. If the price long which has been taken hits this level, it close the position for me. And this is a one-time setup. So you can keep moving this dynamically. You can take it up or bring it down. Say if you feel that okay, you want to exit it here, as soon as it comes here, then just leave it at that. Drag it and drag it to the lower level. Or what you can also do is go here and then increase the value or decrease the value here itself. So you want to make this 104,650. Just type in the value. As you can see here, the value has moved up. So based on your study, you can keep shifting these levels either manually or from entering the level that you want to take an entry or exit. So it's a simple process of creating an alert for entry and exit. All you have to do is copy these relevant codes from Algomojo, either buy or a sell or a strategy. If it is strategy, then only one alert to be created. If it's an indicator, then two alerts have to be created, one for entry and one for exit, and define them and link it to them using the web OKR. That's it. So now, as you can see, the super trend has given a buy. So let us look at what has happened to Nifty order. Nifty. As you can see, sell we had entered it manually and allowed the system to take it forward. So now a buy has come and the order has been placed for closing the long portion and taking the short, closing the short portion and taking the long portion. It has reversed because the rule that we had used was stop and reverse. So this is how the stop and reverse will work. So it will close the long and take the short, or close the short and take the long. So all these are one-time setups, which you have to do, define properly, run it on a paper trade board for some time. And if the orders are going through correctly, then you can shift to live trade. So this indicator-based thing is continuously giving multiple orders. Let us see what has happened to those signals. So as you can see, buy sell has been happening. So it will keep alternating between CE and PE as such. So PE has been closed, now CE has been taken. Yeah, now for demo purpose, we have used Bitcoin because we wanted to see some live examples. However, it is important that if you're trading in Nifty, then you have to use the Nifty chart, yeah, and the time frame and the strategy that you want to use, and link it to the strategy that you created in Algomojo. Right? So that is important. However, you have the flexibility. Suppose you want to run, I'm not sure if it makes any sense, say Bank Nifty, if you want to run and trade in Nifty, that's also possible. Or if you're trading in running a Nifty chart and want to take entry in Reliance, for example, you can do that also. Create in Algomojo, instead of selecting Nifty here, we had selected Nifty futures. You can select, sorry, this is Bank Nifty. So you select Reliance. It will trade in Nifty, Reliance dynamic options. So you, in case if your study involves taking trades based on index into stocks or stocks into index, that flexibility is there. All we look at is uh, what is defined by you here in Algomojo under the strategy, what instrument you want to trade and what quantity you want to trade. That gets linked up with the to the webhook URL. So when this gets pasted into whichever chart, say it could be Nifty chart, it could be Bank Nifty chart, it could be Reliance chart, any chart. From there, when the signal is generated, the signal comes to Reliance, Algomojo, and we know that okay, it is linked to so and so strategy, and under that strategy we have Reliance or Nifty or Bank Nifty options or futures or equities, and the quantity is also defined. We place orders as per what is defined under Algomojo here. If you have defined as Reliance, we will take order in Reliance. If it is Nifty, we take Nifty options, ITM2, and place orders. So whatever you define in Algomojo, that those orders will get executed. If your study involves in such a manner, normally what we see is that if it is Nifty, you're trading in a Nifty chart. If it is Bank Nifty, then you're trading in a Bank Nifty chart. If it is Reliance, you would normally use a Reliance chart and trade. However, if there is some correlation that you have found that between Nifty and say Reliance or Bank Nifty and say HDFC Bank. So based on Bank Nifty signals, you want to trade in HDFC Bank, that's also possible. So those flexibilities are there. You can customize in any fashion, and we don't put any limitation. We pass the trades as per what you have defined in the strategy. Yeah. Any queries so far? Any queries on these? Now, in case there are no queries, let's look at the chart again. Presentation part. So in case if you are using an indicator, then the process for using indicator is setting up alerts for indicator is that first select as usual the trading symbol, select the time frame, select the indicator that you want to trade. Then click on that more button and choose the add alert functionality, and then update the condition and the trigger. And once both are updated, update the message box. For indicators, remember you have to create two alerts, one for entry and the other one is for exit, and then update the webhook here relevant to that study. And then for indicator, triggers can be like crossing up, crossing down. So these are all predefined in trading. These are not provided by us. It is defined by TradingView depending on the study. What has been published or made available for that indicator as such. So relevant condition has to be taken, it has to be decided by you. Say once you say crossing up or greater than or entering the channel or exiting the channel, whatever the condition that you define here, the trigger will happen and the signal will be processed and sent to Algomojo for execution. So update the trigger conditions, then it will be passed on to Algomojo, and we will place the orders for you. As I was mentioning, we are not a strategy provider. We are just a bridge or a platform provider for signal executions from the strategies or studies that you would have in various platforms like TradingView or charting or Amibroker or any of these kind of things. However, there are some popular strategies which are available freely in the market. So for users, we have made them available in our website. It is not a recommendation, or those are not, these are free things which are available. It is not, don't consider this as a recommendation from our side. These are to be decided by you as to if you want to deploy them after doing the necessary studies. So these are made available in our website. You can use them. In this situation, you need not have to have a subscription for TradingView. Any signals generated as per these studies, super trend, alpha trend, half trend, you will be able to trade in Nifty or Bank Nifty in 1 minute or 5 minute or 15-minute time frames. And by default, we would place orders for you on your behalf on ATM as personal trades. And you can do a paper or a live trade, take it forward from there. However, we don't guarantee any performance or profitability or returns from any of these strategies. It is available under the strategy store. You can try and have a look at it and then do a subscription. There's no separate cost. You just add those strategies onto your website and it will keep running. Whenever there's a new signal coming in, of course, you'll need to be logged in every day and you have to enable for live trade or paper trade in Algomojo. Only then the signals will be processed. A brief about Algomojo support. We are available from 9 to 5 on all market working days. On Saturdays, we are there from 10 to 5. You can contact us using WhatsApp on this number, or you can call us on this number. You can raise a ticket or send an email for any kind of support that you would have. That's it. My name is Lokesh. This is my email ID, and we have an extensive blog, various topics relevant to trading and setting up the strategies are available under the blog. Kindly have a look at them. This is our website, algomojo.com. In case we have any queries, we'll be happy to address them. Use the Q&A box and raise your queries. Let me try and answer them. Yeah, a strategy store is the second tab, third tab, which is available here. Super trend, alpha trend, and half trend. So the details of these strategies are provided here. Have a look at them, understand them, and in case you would like to use them, you can try it out. Of course, we have provided an extensive library. We can go to our API section, look at our API structure, and in case you are doing your own coding, you can use a library. If you're using Python or any other coding methods, you can use refer to a library and place orders. Some strategies are also listed in our website. Not recommendations. These are popular free strategies available for anybody to use. For example, under Amibroker, you have these are all popular, freely available strategies. We have just listed them for you. In case you would like to try it out, you can download them from here and then use them. Similarly, for TradingView, we have given certain strategies which are available, popular ones, already available in the TradingView website itself. We have listed them here also. You can download these and load it into TradingView and do the backtesting and start using them. Yeah. These are our numbers. Right. Our WhatsApp number is different. In telephonic call, you can use this number 8550-828-828. Thanks once again, and wishing all a very nice weekend. In case if you have any queries or if you need any support, do get in touch with us. We'll be very happy to assist you to make your trading and investing journey a very simple and a easy way forward. Thank you. With this, we'll conclude the session for today. In case if you have any specific queries, you can write to us, call us, The recording will be available in case if you'd like to go through them. You can do that.